Hello, 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 everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Friday night. Yes, time to party. Hello, everybody. My name is Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party. I want to welcome you all here tonight. Welcome to the fam. We're all one big happy family here. I just want to remind you this video is kid friendly. So please make sure you keep your comments accordingly. Okay? Awesome. Thank you so much. And of course we have to say hi, WMAC. Hi, Magna. Hi, everybody. So everybody pop on. Tell me who you're painting with. I will put my little list together for roll call. Oh, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. So of course we have to say hi to the Mr. Butters. We can't miss him, can we? Of course not. So, say hi to your fans, Butters. Say hi. There's the Mr. Butters. There he is. He keeps moving on me. Stay still. Say hi. Show your cuteness off. There he is. There's the good boy. Oh, yeah. We always have to give him props, right? Because he might be chiming in the middle of all this. You never, ever know. All right, so tonight we're painting Americana. Somebody asked me for sunflowers, and I dug this one out of the archives. This is an old painting that I did a long time ago. So let's give it a shot, right? We'll see how it goes. And let's see. So on the weapons this evening, the weapons are going to be... The weapons. We have Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. Yay, Prius painting. Woo-woo. We have a Fluffy. He is medium sized. He's just a stiff bristle brush that's a little bit beat up. Hi, Calpana. How you doing, love? We have Mini-Me in the house. He is, some people like the numbers, he is a number 4 shader. So he looks just like Big Boy, except he's really small. We use him for like coloring stuff in. And Tiny's in the house. He's for the little details. He is For those of you who like the numbers, he is a number 1 round. That's what he is. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing good, Calpana. So all of these brushes go in your water. They stay in your water unless I instruct you to clean them, which will be a swirl, a tap, a dab on your paper towel. You want to dab in the shape of your bristles to keep them nice and straight. All right, so I have to pour my paint. Of course, I got my Java on deck here. So, say hello. Hello, everybody. So say hello if you're painting with me tonight. And I could put my roll call together. I got the music playing in the background. We got to lower that a little bit. Because... well, right now it's commercial. What else is new? Joy is ready to go. Hello, Joy. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello, everybody. So I'm going to put you in your handy-dandy holder. Take a good look at your painting you're going to do, and I'm going to pour my paint. Same colors every single party. Drum roll. Brrr, and they are black, white, red, blue, and yellow. Okay, guys? You guys got this. No worries. No worries. All right, so you are in your handy-dandy holder. Let's make sure everything is looking good. Looking good. Gotta move you back a little bit. Joy is ready to go. She's pumped. She is pumped. Oh, yeah. So let's fix this so you can see. Sorry, earthquake. All right. I think we got this going on there. All right. If I get my head out of the way, I think it would be better. Get my head out of the way, right? Come on, Eve, move your head. Hi, Michelle. How you doing, sweetie? Hello. Hello, everybody. So, we have Joy. We have Michelle. Everybody's ready to rock and roll tonight. Oh, yeah. Julia's here from Canada. International, baby. Hello, Julia. Okay, Emily, sounds good. Emily's going to be on that replay. Sounds good, Emily. Enjoy visiting with your family. Next time, you got to get everybody painting together. That's for sure. That's for sure. Alrighty. I'm not really liking the way that camera is, so I'm going to play with it again. And I have to move my supply shelf up a little bit here. So, hi, Lisa. How you doing, love? How you doing? So, I was telling everybody, I painted this painting eons ago. Like, the date is even rubbed off of it. Hi, Ellen. I saw, Megna. I saw that, Priya. Your mom's painting with you. That's right. That is right, Emily. You definitely have to get the fam painting with you next time. Lisa's here. Ellen is here. Megna and Priya are painting tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Making memories. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Making those memories. All right. You guys get a good look. Take your screenshot if you need to, because I can't show you both at the same time. So if you need a reference, take a screenshot. I'm doing okay. I remember that painting, but haven't done it yet. So here I am. Yes, so when I was doing... way back when I first started, I was having people vote on the paintings, and this one never got enough votes, even though it was posted a few times. So I used to have like 3 paintings, and everybody got to choose one, way back when I first started doing these videos. And I finally nixed that and said, we're going to paint what I want. Ginny and your granddaughter. Awesome, Ginny. What's your granddaughter's name, sweetheart? What's your granddaughter's name, Jenny, so we can say hello? Hello. All right, so I will be working on a 16 by 20. We are holding it straight up and down. So if you're working on something smaller, just adjust accordingly. I usually go 1 hand down, 2 hands over, things like that. So just make sure you're in the general area of your canvas that I'm on, and you will be fine. Audrey. Oh, wow, what a gorgeous name. What a gorgeous name. I love it. The only other Audrey I know is Hepburn, so perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. Hello, everybody. All right, let me pour my paint. Let me pour my paint so we can get started. Because Joy is ready. She already told me that Joy is ready. So, white. And yellow and red and blue. Oh, blue decided to make a mess. And black. Alright, so those are our colors this evening. And of course I got paint all over me. Hello, Sharon. Hello, sweetheart. So we have white, yellow, red, blue, big block gobs of blue, made a mess on my palette, and black. And of course I got paint on myself already. Hello, the party has started. Eve is wearing paint. I'm wearing paint. Alright guys, so take a screenshot, do what you ever gotta do. Get your reference photo if you so desire. Okay? I'm gonna lower the music a little bit, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. Yes, we are. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we are. I just need a sip of my Java first. Got my coffee in the house. I hope everybody else has their sips ready. Oh, wow, Michelle, there you go. So we have your grandmother was Audrey. Yep, it's a cool name. We never like our own name, though, do we? We always are like, oh, I'd like that name. I don't know why we do that, but we, I'm pushing buttons. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pushing buttons. I'm trying to figure something out. So I'm going to push a button here. I don't know. Somebody is trying to come on or something. I don't know. I push buttons. All right. So let's get this party started. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Priya's painting with Megna. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear. Making memories. Oh, yeah. Alright, so the style of this painting is actually like a lot. It's like it's like a lot of watered down. I'm going to show you, all right? So I'll show you so you can understand what I'm talking about. So a lot of this is like watered down colors. Like if you see in the blue and you see in the red. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to explain it to you. But just make sure that you don't get too drippy. You don't want to wind up your paint dripping, okay? So you want it loose and thin, but you don't want any drips. All right, so I'm going to swirl, tap, dab, big boy. Right, so we're swirl, tap, dab, and dab, yeah. And so it begins. I can't even speak. Swirl, tap, dab. Big boy. There we go. I will get the words out of my mouth. I promise you. They will come out of the mouth. If they come out of the mouth correctly is a whole other story. But they will come out of the mouth. Alright. So what you want to do is you're going to swirl, tap, dab, big boy. But then you're going to do like a dip and a tap and the slightest dab. And the slightest little dab to get the drips off, okay? So you want your brush to be holding more water than usual, all right? So you want it to be holding more water than usual, but you still don't want it to be dripping, all right? So dip it once, tap it once, dab it like on its edge so it's not dripping, but it's holding a lot of water, all right? And like I said, you don't want it drippy, but we want it extra wet. All right, and then we're going to go right into grabbing our blue paint, just blue on here, and on this top corner right here. So about, a little bit off center. So if this is your center, you're going to go over to the side a little bit, and you're going to go about 2 hands down on the edge here. So like a square like that. Okay, that's what you want to fill in. Alrighty, so here we go. And if you're getting too dark a paint, just dip your brush in the water again and give it a little dab. So this is like, see how it's kind of watery, but it's not like making drips on my canvas? That's what you want. And I have to scrub out those marker lines I just did for you because I don't want them in my painting. Okay, so it's a little tricky getting the consistency right because you're playing with extra water when it comes to this. So do your best, all right? You want your brush to be have extra water in it, so it's coming out kind of like watercolor. But you don't want drips to happen on your canvas. If something starts dripping, just swoop it, just wipe it real fast. Just wipe it real fast so you don't get a drip line down your canvas, okay? And I'm not using a lot of paint at all. I'm just pushing this paint around since I have the extra water on my brush. So I am just literally pushing this paint around. I'm not using a lot of paint at all. Okay? Not a lot of paint at all. And that's basically exactly how we're doing the whole technique of this painting. Pretty much the same exact way. So you want extra water on your brush, but you don't want it to be dripping. And it's kind of like tricky to get it, for yourself at first, but then once you have it down and once you're comfortable with it, you'll be okay. All right? So not a lot of water. Spreading this around. I mean, not a lot of water. Hello. Not a lot of paint. Spreading this around. And so you want it to be kind of see-through. And I'm just pushing this around. All right? I'm just pushing this around. All right. So, bam. Just like that. You got your first part. And it wasn't that bad. It's just a little tricky to figure out your amount of water you're using. But once you have it down, you're going to be good to go. All right? So, we're going to swirl tap big boy. Swirl tap dab him. We're going to swirl tap dab big boy and get all that blue out of him. We're going to get all that blue out of him. Told you Mr. Butters would be saying hi. I told you he'd be saying hi. That's just my boy. Right? So, swirl, tap, dab, big boy. We're going to get all the blue out of him. Blue, blue, blue. Get all the blue gone. Yes, we are. All right, and again, we're going to dip them in our water. Couple of taps. Dip the edge onto our paper towel like this. Maybe a little of this, very light touch though as I'm dabbing. I'm not pushing them into the paper towel. Very, very light touch, okay? So get the edge, do a light dab this way, light dab that way, and make sure there's extra water in your brush. All right? Not to the point of dripping, but extra water, okay? So we're gonna grab our red paint. Just a little bit, see that? Not much at all. We're gonna grab our red paint. And we're going to go about one hand down, so right in the middle over here, and you're going to put the red in. Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Grab a little bit more paint. So you work with a little bit of paint at a time. Little bit of paint at a time. How's everybody doing with this? You doing okay? You're doing okay? I hope you're doing all right. I know it's a little tricky at first, but that's okay. That's all right. No worries. No worries. All right, guys, you guys got this. I know you guys got this. All right, and I'm not going to worry about what's going on right here because the flowers and the watering can and all that good stuff's going to go right there. All right, so I'm not worried about that. And then we're going to come about a hand down from here, and we're going to put a red stripe in all the way across. All right? So, red stripe in all the way across. Okay, so it's kind of like making acrylic. So I'm going to re-dip him. I'm going to do a couple of taps. I'm going to dab him on my paper towel. Paper towel starts to look really awesome. W-Mac's good. All right, good job, W-Mac. Paper towel starts to look really cool. It looks like tie-dye after a while. Starts looking like tie-dye. All right. You guys got this. I'm not worried about it. So it's kind of like making acrylic paint look like watercolor. Kind of, sort of, maybe. But you see a lot of like folk paintings and country paintings and stuff like that. Kathy's good? All right, Kathy. Good stuff. Good looks, Kathy. Hello, sweetheart. So, it's a totally different style of painting, but once you know the little trick with the brush and getting the water content right, you're going to be just fine. And you know, my Canadians out there, you don't have to do Old Glory. You can do your Canadian colors if you want to. I won't get mad. I won't get mad at all. So, if you guys want to do your Canadian colors, go right ahead. Guys, remember, this is your world. This is your painting. So, you do what you want to do. This is your world, all right? So if you want to switch up the colors or do something different, go for it. Go for it. 6,000%. Do it. That's right, W-Mac. That's right. So if you guys want to do that, do that. Doesn't really matter to me. See, Lisa's doing a different background. You got it, girl. Guys, I want you to create. I want you to get creative. Everybody has the power to create. Everybody. So, do not work against your creative juices. Flow with your creative juices. Yas. Yas. Alright. So, we're going to come down here now. Right? And we're going to do our red semicircle. So that's kind of like right in the center. In the center of your canvas. On the bottom half. Right? So just a line and a semicircle, guys. Just a line and a semicircle. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do right there. That's it. And we're just pushing that paint around, using that extra water, having this all be the same consistency. That's all there is to it. Nothing hard here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, everybody. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, I don't remember who asked for sunflowers. I know somebody asked for sunflowers. I don't remember who it was, though, because that's, you know, you guys already know. I'm not telling you nothing different when you already know, right? And then if you really want to soften the edges, you can just dip a little water, put a little bit more water on your brush, and you can just soften out your edges, just like basically painting with water and using the paint that's already on the canvas. So if you want to soften your edges, that's how you soften the edges, okay? You just dip your brush in water, give it a little bit of a dab, and then just soften the paint that's already on the canvas. Yeah, they're pretty funky, right? So, oh, it was you, W Mac? Awesome. All right. So, there you go. Everybody thank W Mac. She's the one that thought of this painting. Well, she's the one that wanted sunflowers. All right. So, and I want this square, these squares down here to be a little purpley. So, I'm not going to clean the red out of my brush. I'm just going to go in and grab my blue. I'm going to go in and grab my blue. And you're going to have swoop, this corner, bam, and this corner, bam, just like that. Those two corners. Now I'm just going to grab a little bit more water on my brush, do another extra little dip. Just do a little dip, and we're going to smash this on. So I didn't clean the red out of my brush. I didn't feel like it. So we're going to get a little bit more of a purpley color because I didn't pull the red out of my brush. All right, so not too hard at all. Look at you guys rocking and rolling. Good job. Good job, everybody, right? Not too hard. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy going on here. Hi, Kim. That's all right. A little bit late is okay. It's all good. It's all good. So, how's Magna and Audrey doing? You guys doing all right? You guys doing okay? Everything's good? Make sure that my young folk are doing all right. Oh my goodness, I cracked myself up. All right, cool, Magna. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh my goodness. All right, so I am not going to clean my brush off, and I'm going to grab my white paint. Okay, and you're going to grab your white paint with your nice dirty little brush, and you're going to fill in all the spaces we didn't do before. So, if you want your white to have blue tones, keep the blue on your brush. If you want it to have the pinky red tones, you know, you can, keep a little pink on your brush. And I'm just scribbling right here. I'm not too worried about it, because nobody's really going to be noticing it. So, I am not cleaning my brush. I just started grabbing white paint and filling in the white. And then when I get to where it's meeting something, I just go back and forth and soften it out. That's all. That's all I'm doing. All right, Magna's good. We're good. Everything's good if Magna's good. All right, so all the extra areas, you're going to grab just white paint. You're just going to grab just white paint, and if you want to add a little bit of a red to that white paint, so a lot of white, smallest amount of color possible. So if you want to add some red to it, you can add some red to it. If you want to add some blue to it. So what I'm doing is when the white's coming up against a red part, I'm grabbing like the smallest amount of white. The smallest amount of red. Okay? And so I'm going to do the white by this stripe right here, right? So I'm going to grab, when I say small, I mean extra tiny. Look. See that? See that amount of color I'm grabbing? Not much at all. Alright? So when I say a small amount, I'm talking tiny. Alright? And then I'm going to grab my red. I'm going to grab my white. I am going to figure out how to talk this evening. I will figure it out. And then I'm going to brush that up against my red stripe. Okay, guys? So that's the amount of color I'm grabbing to put this white in here. Very tiny amount of color. Okay? So then when I'm going to go up against my blue here, I'm going to grab some blue paint. Again, see how much blue paint I'm grabbing? Do you see that? Hardly any at all. Alright? So, just be mindful of that. And then this way, you can get the cool effect of it being like fabric or, tie-dyed fabric. And, and just add a lot of white. You like that for technical? Add a lot of white. Hi, Tammy. Miss you too, love. How you doing? How you doing, Tammy? We have a lot of new family members popping on lately. So, all right. So now I'm going to do, I'm going to skip over here because we're putting brown over here, all right? You can skip this part. And I'm just going to do this part down here. I miss painting with you and Julia too. Alright, so I'm just going to grab the smallest amount of red. Remember, tiny amount of red. Tammy's been too busy with Tupperware and Girl Scout cookies and working and all of that stuff. That's why you don't paint with us anymore. And a bunch of white. See how much white I'm grabbing? A ton. Ton of white. Alright? And you're just going to brush that in over here. That's it. And if you notice, I haven't cleaned my brush yet. So whatever decides to come out of my brush as I'm doing the white paint, I am totally cool with that. Because it's going to add to like the effect of it being country. Sophie made it. Hello, Sophie. Sophie from Massachusetts. Hello, darling. Friday greetings. Yes. Friday greetings. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we're going to finish putting this in right here. Da-da-da. Alright. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So you guys using all that extra white, you should have all these cool little colors and different things going on. I'm going to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet you're super busy, Tammy. So if anybody needs Girl Scout cookies or Tupperware, Tammy's the woman. Tammy is the woman to see. But you see all those cool things going on in my white paint? You see all that? So that's what you're going for. Alright, that's what you're going for. All those cool things right there, okay? Alrighty then. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to swirl tap dab that big boy, get him nice and clean. Get him nice and clean. I have a light out. I just noticed I have a light out in the camera. Right there, see? I just noticed that. Okay, sorry about the earthquake. Just trying to refix it since the close-up. Okay, so the next steps we're going to do is we're going to put our water pitcher in. We're going to put our birdhouse in. And so we're going to swirl tap dab that big boy. Give this a second to dry. Alrighty, guys. No worries there. You guys got this. So, I know there's some creepers out there. There's definitely some creepers. Because I have WMAC, Magna, and Priya, Kalpana, Joy, Michelle. Julie is here. Ellen, Lisa, Ginny, and Kathy. And Tammy's saying hello. And Sophie's from Massachusetts. Emily popped on, said she was going to watch the replay. Lisa's going with a whole different color scheme. Everybody say hi to Tammy. She's been going nuts. She's a Girl Scout troop leader and all that good stuff. So Hello, Tammy. She's she's been a integral part of the fam since I started doing this. So we got to give her some props, right? Her and Megna and a whole bunch of people have been here since like video 2. Oh, I'm sure I will, Lisa. I'm sure I'll like it a lot. Especially if it has red in it. Especially if it has red in it. You know me and the color red. That's just my deal, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so give this a chance to dry a little bit, and we're going to start those other 2 things. Alright, let's see who else is on here. Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. Hello. Mom messed up. Tell her to please stop. Stop, Priya. It's okay. She's alright. Stop. Right? If you mess up, you gotta let it dry so you can paint over it. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Kim. Kim is asking, how long have I been doing lives? I just learned about you a couple weeks ago. I went back and watched several, but haven't painted any yet. I love them, but I think I'm in a funk lately. Well, I think that being in a funk is kind of normal nowadays, and I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. And I've been doing the lives since, I don't know, Magna, when I start doing the lives. Hey, Jack. Hello, friend. Well, I hope she's all right, Jack. I hope she pulls through. We'll keep her in our prayers, okay, sweetheart? We'll keep her in our prayers. So, I want to say March. Magna might know better than me, though. So, March of last year. So, about a year already we've been doing this, right, fam? We've been doing this a long time. Doing this a long, long time. Jackie's going to be watching the replay tomorrow. Somewhere near the end of February. Oh, see, so I was off. Yep. So I was definitely off on that one. Hi, Diane. How you doing, sweetheart? I got to start writing some of this down. I'm going to forget it all. I'm going to forget it all if I don't write some of this down. That's just the way that goes. Wow, Lisa, you've been painting with me since April? Wow. That's really cool. Diane's here from Washington, Graham, Washington. It makes me think of graham crackers. That's what that makes me think of. Alright, so we're going to swirl tap that big boy. So we can get Priya to stop messing with her background. Hi, Shandy. Okay, that's alright if you're just going to be watching. Totally hang out with us. Absolutely. Absolutely. More than welcome. Alright, so swirl tap that big boy. Alright. And you don't have to worry about getting all the white paint out of them. You don't have to worry about getting all the white paint out of them. And we want to make like a silvery gray. So, to make a silvery gray, you're going to turn around and you're going to grab some black. Okay? And you're actually going to grab a little bit of blue. And your white. Alright? And when you mix those all together, it's going to make like a silvery gray for you. It's really cool. It's really pretty. Really pretty. Squeeze it, girl. Squeeze it all in. Lisa's on a smaller canvas. All right, W Max. See you later. Have a good night. Lisa's got to squeeze it all in. She's on a smaller canvas. So when you mix those three colors together, you get this really pretty silvery gray color, all right? So we're going to come right in here, all right? And you're going to start where your flag square is, right there. And I want you to turn around and go swoop, right around. Right around like that. And then you're going to swoop this way, like you're making an eyeball. Oh, thank you, W Max. See you soon. All right, Tammy. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. Bye, Tammy. Okay, so you're making like a little eyeball. All right. And then you're going to bring your line down on the side. Straight down. It was black, blue. So black, little bit of blue, and white for silver. Black, blue. Yeah. Little bit of blue, black, and white. That's what I'm trying to say. You got it, Sophie. Good job. Good looks. Good looks, Sophie. So then you just bring your line down. And bring your line down over here. Alright, you want to start off small because the more we play with it, the bigger it's going to get. And then you're just going to scoop it around. Like that. Alright, guys? So you want to start off small because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. And I just made it a little bit bigger on this side because I was a little over too far. And you're just going to color this in. That's all you're going to do is color this in. So just fill it in for yourself. Swoop this around. So when you fill that in, swoop it. Okay? And again, you want to use like a small amount of paint. Alright? You're just going to be pushing paint around. Alright? Everything on this painting is like a small amount of paint. You're just going to be pushing the paint around. Okay, Jamie, sounds good. Sounds good, Jamie. All right, everyone's on point. Everyone's helping each other out, so that's perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. Less questions I have to answer, the better off. Especially since I can't seem to get the mouth working tonight. So, I'm not using much paint at all, and if you notice, I'm mushing a lot because I'm really just spreading that paint around. So if you see, I'm mushing a lot. Alright, and as you're filling this in, why are we pushing paint around like this, Shandy? So it's the style of the painting. So the style of the painting, and as you're putting this paint on, you actually want to go and swoops this way to get that round shape going on. So it's the style of the painting, Shandy. I think I said that like 3 times already. So it doesn't use a lot of paint because we're kind of going for that stripped down, distressed country look. So you don't want to be using like a lot of paint. It's just the way to do the style. If you don't want to paint it that way, if you want everything bold and bright, then you could turn around and paint it like that too, like we've done all our other paintings. But I really wanted to try to help you guys learn a different way of painting. So this is definitely a different way of painting. Is it a way that I particularly like? No, not really. If I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to be honest, yeah, you like it, Shandy? See, I'm going to be honest, I'm all about bold and in your face. So is it something that's particularly like up my, like that I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I like this painting. I think it's really pretty and it's very lovely, but it kind of goes against my big, bold, in your face colors that I like to do. But that's all right. That's okay. It's still very pretty and it's very fun to do. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Yes, the rustic look. You got it, girlfriend. So I'm actually going to dip Big Boy into a little bit of water and dab him on my paper towel and use that water to help push this around. So I didn't grab more paint. What I did was I put a little bit of water on the edge of my brush, and I'm just using the water to push this around. So just a little mini dip. So I did a little mini dip like this, a mini dip like that. Give a little tap and dab that on my paper towel like this. And I'm going to use that to push this paint around. So as long as your paint's still wet, this is going to work for you. If your paint dried, it's not going to work for you. Okay? So I'm just pushing this around now. And you want to go in sweeping motions like this to get the effect of the water can. And I'm going to grab the tiniest amount of paint and put it right here, because my paint kind of dried, so that dipping it in the water didn't work quite as well as I wanted it to. So I grabbed a little bit more paint, but not much at all. Not much at all. Alrighty. So once you have the shape of your cannon, you're going to grab just black. You're going to grab just black, just on the tip of your brush, right? Wipe that off a little bit. And you're going to come up here, and you're going to go down a little bit. And you're going to swoop in the inside of the can. Swoop that way and swoop this way. Swoop that way and swoop this way. And we're going to mash that in. So we're just going to mash that in. Nice and soft and easy. Right? So, hey, I'll say one thing. This painting saves you on paint. Saves you on paint, that's for sure. Alright, so we're going to mash that in. And then with that extra black on your brush, I have to make more of the silvery gray. So I have to, I never seem to make enough color when I mix colors. I never seem to make enough of it at once. Not really sure why that is. I always think I have enough, but I don't. So we want a little bit of a darker gray tone. So add some black to that original silver that you made. Okay? Add some black to that original silver that you made. And you're going to come over here. And you're just going to drop in the handle. Ready? Just like that. Okay? So you're just going to drop in the handle. And you want it to be, and if you notice now, I'm mashing again. I'm mashing. So I'm just going to drop that handle in. Just like this. Right around. Right around. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab a little bit more black. Mix it in with that gray. And I'm going to come on the side of the can right here with that dark, dark paint on my brush. That dark, dark paint on my brush, and I'm going to swoop in like this. See me going from the edge and swooping in to put that shadow on my watering can. Alright? Don't go all the way to the top, because that's like a lip. This video, Ellen, will not be on YouTube. The only thing going on YouTube right now is my how-to videos. Maybe eventually in time, but my helper with my YouTube is uploading the how-to videos first. Alright, so you're just going to swoop that in to get the shadow. Just going to swoop that in to get the shadow. And I'm basically have a brush with hardly any paint on it. And I'm just moving this around. That's all I'm doing. Swooping back and forth. Moving it around. There's hardly any paint left on my brush. I'm just moving this all around. Making all these fun little things happen. That's all I'm doing. Okay? So, we dropped our handle in. We grabbed some extra black to put with our gray, and we came in from the edges doing arching motions, and then we just kind of pushed that around. That's all we did. Just kind of pushed it around. All right, so you can swirl tap that big boy now, and we're gonna put our house in. So swirl tap dab that big boy. Right, you don't have to worry about getting them too clean, because we actually like when the colors are all mixing together on our stuff here. So we're gonna grab that white paint, and I'm grabbing the dirty white. I'm grabbing all that like extra red and blues and blacks that were in my white paint. So I'm grabbing that and just grabbing a lot of paint with it. So I get all that like dirtied white color. So right where my white had all of that little extra stuff going in it from dabbing colors before, that's what I grabbed. Okay? And you're going to come over here and right next to your watering can, swoop right down. Just like that. And almost to the edge of your canvas. Not all the way. Almost to the edge. And then you're going to do a triangle up. And triangle down. The triangle down you can take right off the edge of the canvas. That's okay. That's allowed. But this line, you don't want on the edge of your canvas. So we're going to put this white in right here. And again, if it has colors in it, again, we're just pushing paint around. That's what this painting's about, pushing the paint around. So, and I'm getting all those extra little like colors and stuff in that white paint. And that's okay. That's what I want. That's what I want. So I'm just going to grab some more white paint. Smash this all around. Alright, and you guys play with this like any way that you want to have it. You know what I mean? Like if you want it to be not see-through, then grab more paint. You know what I mean? If you like the whole country see-through thing, then, you know, you just got to mash this stuff around. You're just mashing paint around. And then on the edge of your house, right here, the reason I told you not to go off your canvas is right on this edge, that's going to angle up. That's going to angle up like that. Okay? So it's hard to see. I'm going to grab a little bit of gray so you can see that angle. So that's going to angle up right there. Okay, so I grabbed a little bit of gray so you could see it. That's up to you guys if you want to grab the gray or not. I just grabbed gray so you can see that part. Alright, so that's going to angle up right there. Alrighty, and then the front is just a square. Just a square. That's all it is. So, I know it was kind of hard to see that on your end with the camera, so I just grabbed a little bit of that gray paint so you guys can see what I was doing. Alright, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for myself. So from between the water pitcher and the house, it's about 2 fingers. It's about 2 fingers from the water pitcher to the house. Okay, guys? About 2 fingers worth. That's all. And Lisa's really squishing it in because she's working on a smaller canvas. And then I just have to fix this line. That's all. Alright, and if you notice, I'm not worrying about what's going on over here because that's going to be the gray roof. So I'm not worrying about that. So, you want to make one of those very simple little triangle houses, right? Triangle for your roof, square for your thing, and then off the side, you're just going to angle that up and fill that in. That's all. Alright, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. because I'm sure that you're all still working on your watering can in your house, so I will slow down a minute for you. Hello, everybody. So I will slow down a minute for you to catch up mustard. All right, and let's see. We have Megna and Priya is here. Oh, yeah. Kalpana's hanging out. Joy is in the house. Michelle, Julia from Canada, Ellen, Lisa, Ginny, and Audrey. Audrey, I hope you're doing amazing. Hello, love. Okay, and Kathy and Sophie and Jack is on, right? So we're going to say prayers for Jack's friend Diane, Shandy, and Lisa's here. And we got a few that are going to chime in on the replay. So hello, everybody. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. And we're painting country style. Oh, yeah. Country bumpkins over here. That's what we are. So maybe I should be like, how you doing, y'all? And if any, get my thumb out of the way. If any of you are from down south, I completely apologize for that. Because I can't even speak normal English. Try having me speak something with an accent. That's not going to work, is it? Anywho, alright, so you guys are ketchup mustard right now. All good. I'm like dying of thirst, so I'm going to grab a seltzer. Coffee just doesn't seem to kick the dry mouth thing, you know what I'm saying? All my coffee drinkers out there, it doesn't always help the dry mouth. And it's probably because I had my heat on so much with it being cold. We did have some pretty beautiful days in New Jersey past couple of days, but it's still getting chilly at night. Still getting chilly at night. Yes. So Ellen mentioned YouTube. So yes, Eve's Creations Paint Party has a YouTube channel. Yes, I do. And all the how-to videos are going to be on the YouTube channel. When you say water, it's heavily accented compared to what I'm used to hearing. Hello, Michelle. How you doing, sweetheart? When I say water, because I dropped the R, right? Yeah, I'm not from North Jersey, but my whole family is, so I grew up with it. And we tend to drop R's where they're supposed to be, and we add R's where they're not. So we go water, brother, sister, father. It's pretty funny. And if I heard you speak, Kim, it would probably sound really awesome to me because you have an accent. So I think that's so amazing. It's so much fun with all that going on. Hi, Michelle. How you doing, sweetie? All right. So we're going to grab Big Boy in that gray paint. We're going to grab Big Boy in that gray paint that we, Brooklyn too, right? My dad was from Jersey City and my mom was from Bayonne. Yep, so Lisa, I'm sure you do that too, right? Yep. Yeah, so I apologize to you, Kim, for my y'all, because it probably was really bad.
Me? I know, I don't belong here, not in this.
Alright, so I'm going to grab that gray paint that I had before. Alright, that silvery gray that we made. I'm using Big Boy. I just swirl, tap, dab them a little bit, not much, right? Yeah, we talk all funny. I'm going to go over to my house. And what I want you to do is the same angle you used here, you're going to use here. Whoop, just like that. Alright, guys? And then you're going to pull down. Then you're going to pull down. And again, we're pushing paint around, right? Because we're going for that rustic-y look. That rustic country look. So I'm just pushing paint around. That's all I'm doing. We're just pushing paint around. Alright? Awesome. And then, awesome, Kim. And then when I get to this part, on either side, I want to grab a little bit more black. I'm just going to grab a little bit more black. See that? Just a little bit. Not a lot. And I'm going to leave it all separated. I'm not going to mush it onto my brush. I want the separation of colors. Okay? So you're going to do that darker line. And you're going to bring this right off the edge. That's why I said don't worry about it. So we're bringing that right off the edge like that. Swoop. Swoop. Just like that. And then you're going to come on the other side. Swoop. And you're going to add the roof. Hey, sounds like Butters now. The roof to your birdhouse here. And I'm gonna turn Big Boy like this and put his edge right on my edge and wiggle it. And when you wiggle it, you're gonna get a finished edge. See that? So you just turn your brush and you wiggle it like this. Do a little wiggle, and you will get a squared off edge to your roof. Nice easy trick there, right? So if you're ever looking for a clean edge, if you do a little wiggle, you'll get a pretty clean edge. Now I'm just going to grab the gray paint that I made, and I'm going to go back onto my roof here and fix it because I didn't line it up, because you know me, I never color in the lines. And I'm going to pull that down. I'm going to pull that down into the roof of my house. Here, there, not everywhere, very lightly to get the differentiation. Ooh, big word. To get the different colors. And then I'm just going to grab some black paint, a little bit. I'm coming here. Just put some lines of that black in there. Make all this fun little stuff happen. That's all we're doing. We're just making this fun little stuff happen. Fun little stuff, that's all. So Magna, how's your mom doing? She doing good? She doing good? I'm sure she's doing great. Alright, now, since you have that all taken care of, we're going to put the spout into our water pitcher. Alright guys, so you want to grab that silvery gray mix, whatever you have, and you want to make sure you grab some white with it to make it lighter than your can. Okay, it has to be lighter than your can. And find your center of your can. Find the center of your watering can. And right where the center is, you're gonna go about 2 fingers down, 2 or 3 fingers down from the edge, and you're gonna swoop. Just like that. She went away because she thought she messed it up, and now she came back because you fixed it. Perfect. I love it. I love it, sweetheart. I bet you Audrey is helping her grandmom too. Ginny, is Audrey helping you out? I love it. I love it a lot. All right. So once you swoop that line in, you're going to go on the top here. And you're going to swoop upwards. And you're going to go to the bottom here. And you're going to swoop up like this. And then you're going to go out. So it kind of looks like a rounded edge here. And you're just going to fill this in swooping now. See that? I'm just swooping that lighter gray. And I'm going to fill this all in. We're going to fill this all in with the lighter gray. And I'm not going to play with it too much because I want the different colors happening. I want the different layers of different colors. If you want it more solid, you just keep playing with it. Alright? If you like all the separation of colors, you kind of just stick and move. So you just put it on there and keep it moving. And try not to play with it. Because the more you play with it, the more you're going to lose all that separation of color, okay? So you got to leave it alone. Leave it alone. And you just want it to be a lighter color than your actual can. And I just have some black on my brush, a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and it's all messy on my brush. It's not all, it's not all one solid color. It's all like messy and mixed together on my brush. See my brush, how it's all messy and mixed together? It's not all solid. So when I play with that, it's going to make different things happen. All right, and then on the top, you're going to put your circle. So you're going to put your circle. And it's all right if your circle doesn't match up with your thing. You know me, I don't color in the lines. We don't have to worry about coloring in the lines. So I'm just going to put my circle on the top, my oval here. Whatever that is. And then I'm just going to fix my lines in my spout. I don't color in the lines. You guys know that. So I'm going to put my oval. Put in my oval. Alright. And then I'm just going to connect it. I'm just going to connect it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to connect it. And I'm just playing with that gray and that black and the white and just making all these fun little things happen. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Just playing with those colors on my brush. The gray, the black, the white. Making all these fun things happen. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do when you're kind of messing up, is to like kind of walk away for a second. You know, instead of keep messing with it. Because number one, that lets it dry. Which is key. You got to take your claws out of it, right? You got to let it go. I know we all have trouble letting stuff go, right? So when you let it go and take those claws out and give the paint a chance to dry, we can go right back and cover right over whatever you think is completely screwed up. So, you know, sometimes it's better to let go of a problem, you know, even outside of painting, and just give everything a chance to breathe, you know what I'm saying? And then you can go back later, and when your head's a little more clear, and remember the point, which is to have fun. All right, guys? So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Okay? And then once I have that water spout in, I'm going to grab that black paint again with that gray. And like we did on this side, we're going to do that on this side. We're going to do that on this side. Okay, so we're going to add that dark paint around our water spout. And again, I'm just kind of sticking and moving, so we get all that happy different stuff of colors without even trying. All right, so I'm just going to grab that dark gray. Leave that lip, remember, leave that lip right there. So I'm going to grab that black with that gray, and I'm just going to make the can a little darker around all of that. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! You guys made a watering can. Oh yeah, and it's looking good. It's looking good. I know it is. I know it is. And like I said, I am just playing with those whites and those blacks and those grays. And I'm just putting all these little fun things in there. Right? And if it looks good, don't keep playing with it to make it look great, because you're going to undo everything you did. Right, Sophie? I'm telling you, that's what we do as a fam. We help each other out. We help each other out. That's what we do. So I am just playing around with my watering can. I'm adding all these fun things in there, using my black, using my whites, making some spots darker, some spots lighter. You know, remember when we did 3D shapes as a how-to? So You can remember some of those things and add some whites and darks into your watering can. It's all up to you. However you want to play. And remember, we're just pushing paint around. And then I'm going to come back in and redo my handle with just those dabs. See me just dabbing like this? Because that's going to make all the fun stuff happen with the different colors. Just dabbing like that. Just doing these dabs. It's going to make all this fun stuff happen with your colors. Just doing those dabs. And then you can get the top here if you want to add some dabs to the top of your watering can. Whatever you want to do. Make all these fun things happen. Make all this fun stuff happen. All right. So, how's Audrey doing, Ginny? Is she doing good? I bet she's doing amazing. I'm sure she's doing amazing. Absolutely 6,000%. So I am just dabbing between my grays, my whites, and my blacks, right? So the only thing you want to remember is doing this is you want the lip of your can to be lighter and you want your water spout part to be lighter. All right, that's it. Everything else you can play with, okay? And we're going to put Big Boy in the water. And we're going to map out, we're going to put in our brown background. Then we're going to map out our sunflowers. Oh, yeah. It's sunflower time. Oh, yeah. So I bet you guys are doing amazing. You got a little country painting going on with a watering can and a birdhouse. And all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff happening and going on. That's what we like to see. Absolutely, 6,000%. 6,000%. That's what we like to see going on over here. Yes. Good job, everybody. So, as we're letting all this dry, before we map, we're going to grab our small brush. Right, we're gonna grab. I'm gonna grab Tiny. He's the one. No, I'm grabbing Mini Me. Mini Me is the one with the flat edge, right, Sophie? Magna's so awesome. So he's the one with the flat edge. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my black paint. Just a little on the tip of the brush, guys. And I'm gonna come over to my birdhouse, and right in this section right here, I'm going to do my parentheses to make the little hole that the birdies go in, okay? So, we're going to throw that in real quick while we're waiting for everything else to dry. Right? And if you ever want to make a circle, it's parentheses. And then as you're filling it in, you can fix your round shape, all right? So, you do a parentheses this way. Parentheses that way, and then you fill it in. As you're filling it in, you can fix your shape. Alrighty, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Now the birdies have a place to go. Uh-huh. Rocking it out. Rocking it out. Oh, yeah. And now I'm going to grab my tiny. I'm going to grab my tiny brush. Priya is pretty amazing. Priya's, hey, did you hear that? That was pretty good. Priya is pretty amazing. All right. Oh, yeah. You can do those now if you want. I just totally forgot about that, Joy. Thanks. So if you have that black paint on your brush still, you can put the holes in the spout too. Good looks, Joy. Good looks. Keep me on point. Keep me on point, love. So those just went in a circular pattern. Those went in a circular pattern like that. And then I just kind of made it smaller and smaller. All right. So good looks, Joy. Good job. So with that black paint still on your brush, you can put the holes in your spout. Yep, 6,000%. That's why I need you guys. And I almost put my brush in my coffee. That's why I need my fam. I know I'm living dangerously. I know I'm earthquake, but I'm going to take you guys out of the holder. So I know I'm living dangerously when, hi everybody. I'm living dangerously when I have that going on. That's a dangerous way to live right there. When you have that going on, you're living on the edge, people. You're living on the edge. Okay, so we're going to grab our tiny and we're going to turn around and put our yellow star on our birdhouse, or whatever you guys are putting on your birdhouse. So we're going to grab tiny and do our little yellow star, alright guys? So I'll teach you how to make a star. So I'm grabbing tiny and I'm just going to grab my yellow paint. I'm just going to grab my yellow paint with tiny. Just a little bit of paint. Okay? And right under your hole. So you're going to do, you're going to do your first triangle. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Alright, I'm going to add the smallest amount of gray to my yellow, which is probably going to make it really icky looking, and green, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing, okay guys? So you guys can go with just your yellow. I'm adding a little bit of that gray color to it so you can see it. Priya's pretty awesome. Oh yeah. So you want to make your triangle, right? And then you're going to come out from the sides of your triangle straight. And you're going to come down here like this. Alright, filling it in as you go. Okay, fill it in as you go. Fix your shape if you need to. Okay, good, Sophie. You can see it better now? Alright, yeah, I added a little bit of gray paint to my yellow so you can see the star better, because you guys weren't just seeing the yellow. So once you have those in, then you can turn around and you add your legs. Right, coming out at an angle, and then you bring those into the middle. And as you color this in, you could fix your shape, all right, guys? So when you're coloring this in, you can fix your shape. If you don't if you can't really see your star, if it's not really popping against your house, if you add the smallest amount of that gray paint that you made before, and I'm talking like minuscule amount, like so little, and add your yellow to it, add a lot of yellow to it, you'll be able to see it pop off the house. That's what I had to do just to show you guys the star. So, and it kind of gives it that rustic-y yellow color. I don't know if rustic-y is a word, but I'm using it. I'm using it. I'm using it. Alright, so Megan and Priya are here. It's roll call time. Let's wake you guys up. Come on. Alright, so we got Megan and Priya in the house. We got Kalpana and Joy and Michelle and Julia. We have Ellen and Lisa. And maybe I should move this out of the way. We have Ginny and Kathy and Sophie, and Audrey's with Ginny. How amazing is that? And Jack is here, Diane. Jack and Diane, look at that, right on my list together. Everybody remember that song? Little ditty about Jack and Diane? I'm really dating myself here. I didn't put a perch. You can put a perch if you want, Joy. And Shandy is here. Shandy's watching along with us. A few of our friends popped in. Emily, Jackie, Jamie, and Tammy popped in to say hello. So I didn't put a perch on my painting, but you could totally put a perch. Go ahead, go for it. Go for it. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to make a brown. So I'm grabbing Big Boy. I'm grabbing Big Boy, and I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to grab yellow. Magnum remembers how to make yellow. Hello, I'm going to grab, still didn't get the mouth to work. I'm going to grab red. I'm going to grab yellow. I'm going to grab some white. And I'm going to grab a little bit of black, just a little bit. And you mix that all together, and you will get brown. You will get brown. And I'm making a lot of it, so this way I don't run out. Let's see if I run out this time or not, because I ran out of the gray. Remember, I had to remix it. So let's see if I run out of the brown. All right, if your brown's looking a little too purple, add more yellow. If it's looking too green, add more red. I guarantee you mix all of that together, you will get a brown color. Yes, you will. So I am just wiping Big Boy off on the side here. I'm wiping him off on the side. And I'm going to turn around and starting back here, right? Remember that wiggle we did? So you just want to wiggle yourself in a line back here. And then follow it across. And put your line in. Whoop. Can't see me. You can't see me. No, you can't. So, I'm going to put in my line right here. Okay? And then, under my birdhouse, we're going to put a line straight across, all right? So, it's going to land about 1 finger underneath your watering can. So, if you want to put that marker for you, and you just want to hold Big Boy back here. And the faster you go, straighter it'll be. So put them right up against the canvas. Hold your brush back here. All you control freaks, don't hold it here. Hold it back here. Okay? And you're just going to swoop right across. And swoop right across like that. And you want to fill this all in. So when you get to where your birdhouse is, if you do the wiggle back and forth, you can keep that line pretty straight under your birdhouse. And then on the side of your birdhouse here. Okay? So, and you're going to just fill that all in with the brown. Again, it's up to you if you want to have it look more country and you just want to push the paint around, or if you want to have it be really dark. It's your painting, it's your world. So we're just going to put that in. Just like that. Alright, and then you can hold your brush a little closer to you know, kind of get your, I usually just like go around my objects like this, and then I pull from the side so you don't see that I went around my objects. Okay guys, so you go, you know, I put my line on the side of my object, like that, and then I pull from that line, so this way, it doesn't look like I went around my object. Alright guys, see, I see a lot of you when you do your paintings and you add something in afterwards, and you kind of can see that your brush strokes. I really cannot talk tonight. Pat, pat, pat. Your brush strokes. Telling you, struggle is real tonight for Eve. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to spit it out one way or another. We're going to spit that stuff out. So I noticed your brush strokes show that you went around the object. So to keep that from happening, you put your little line against the object, and then you pull out from that line. So, like say next to my watering can here, I'm going to put my line next to my watering can, but then I'm going to pull out from my line. So this way, it doesn't look like I went around my watering can. And again, I don't paint in a line, so that's what a little bit of spit's for. Because I got some brown on my watering can. So that's what a little bit of spit is for, guys. If you didn't know that, it's to get that, if you go over your lines while you're painting, you can just Wet your finger a little bit. I'm telling you, heart, soul, and spit goes into these paintings. And we're just putting in that brown background. Alright guys, so I'm just smushing that in. Like again, if you want it more country, you just push this paint around. If you want it more solid, then you just add more paint to it. It's totally up to you. It's totally however you want the look to be. I am just pushing it around. I am just pushing it around. You want to be careful with brown because the more you try to paint more on, it'll start lifting up. It'll start lifting up off of your canvas. So with brown, you kind of have to put it on there and then leave it alone. Because for some reason, I don't know what it is, it's one of those colors that if you keep trying to paint over it, it's going to push up right off of your it's going to like pull off of your canvas. I don't know why that is. Some colors do that for some reason. So you kind of have to stick and move and leave it alone and let it dry. And then paint over it once you get there. Alright guys. So. There you have that. And we're going to turn around. And we're going to put in the centers of our sunflowers now. Yes, it's sunflower time. It seems like it took us forever to get here, right? But we're here. We are here. We are here for sunflowers. Oh, yeah. Got to take my sip of Joe. Everybody else take your sips of courage, whatever you're sipping on. All right. And here we go. All right. So right up here, right where on the side of like where these two meet, it's going a little bit off the top of your canvas. All right, guys. You're just going to do a big brown oval. A big brown oval. Smush that in. Smush that in. Yes, sunflower time. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then you're going to come over here. On the side of your watering can where your brown background was. So if you want, add a little bit of white to your brown so you can see it against your background brown. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit of white to that brown. And right over here, I'm going to put that oval in. Swoop, just like that. Just swoop it around, guys. Just swoop it around. We're going to put that in there like that. Bam! Putting in sunflower centers. That's what I'm talking about. And then we're going to come over here. Looks like somebody's throwing rocks at our water pitcher in our birdhouse, right? It looks like somebody's like throwing potatoes at it. They're just throwing potatoes at our artwork. So the other spud is going to land right here. Gonna land right there. Put your oval in. That's where the other spud landed. Now you guys can put as many flowers or whatever you want in here, right? My painting has 3 for some reason. Odd numbers seem to work better. I don't really know why. They do. So I'm gonna put that right in there, just like that. All right, guys. So we're gonna put Big Boy in the water. All right. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to grab our Tiny. Grabbing Tiny. Oh, yeah. Grabbing the Tiny. We're going to grab Tiny. And we're going to go to that brown. And we're going to add a lot of white to it. Right? Just on a small section over here on the side here. Just add a lot of white to it. All right? Because you want a really, really light brown color. Light. What did I say? Light brown color. That's what you need. Okay? So light brown color. And on the side of your perch right here. We got spuds being thrown at our painting. I don't know what's up with that. So on the side of your birdhouse hole right here, You want to start it really thin, get thicker, and then go thin again. Okay, so really thin, get thicker, and then go thin again. And that little trick right there is going to make your birdhouse look like it has depth. Okay, so really thin, get thicker, go thin again. All right, and if you screwed it up, let it dry, paint black over it, try it again. All right, and then I'm just going to put some brown paint on my brush, and I'm just going to come in here and do some brown streaks in there. I just put brown on my brush, and I'm just doing those dabs again. So we're learning a lot tonight, actually. We're learning how to paint with the paint being more watered down. We're learning how to paint to where you just put dabs and markings in to make effects. So you don't want to overdo it and keep painting on it. You kind of stick and move. If you notice, I had to paint this 3 times because I keep playing with it. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to keep playing with it. You want to stick and move. You got that, Lisa? And if you happen to go over or paint outside your lines or whatever like I do, you can just wipe your brush off and grab black paint and come back in, and you can thin. Like if this came out too thick right here, you just grab black paint and you could thin it out with the black paint. So if you can't get a thin line, you just go with the black paint and make it thin. So if you originally can't get a thin line, just go with the black paint and make it thin. That's all. No worries. No worries. We don't worry about such stuff here. We don't worry about that kind of stuff. So, bam. Just like that. And Joy had good looks, so we already did our water spout things. So that's cool. All right. So, our potatoes should be pretty much dry. All right? So we're going to go in and we're going to grab our bigger boy. Swirl, tap, dab them. Okay, you don't have to worry about getting all that brown out. But you want the majority of that brown to be out of there. I still have gray coming out of my brush. This shows you how much I clean them. The more you swirl, the cleaner it'll get, people. The more you swirl, the cleaner it'll get. All right. And we're going to grab... You're going to grab a little bit, tiny little bit, like the smallest amount possible, a smidge, less than a smidge, like not even a smidge of that brown paint. Like how much? A little bit, tiny, 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 tiny bit, like not a lot at all. In fact, once you grab it, wipe it off. Okay, just to make sure you don't have much in that brush at all. And you're going to grab your yellow. You're going to put a lot of yellow on that brush. And we're going to come up here and we're going to do our sunflowers. And I want you to grab a little bit of white, clean white. All right? So what did I do? I put a smidge of brown on my brush. Then I grabbed a lot of yellow and I'm grabbing some white. Okay? And you're going to come out here and you're going to come out of your potato. Now that we're calling it a potato. You're going to come out, all right? And on the sides, you're going to give yourself like some guidelines, okay? So you're going to come out like this. Just give yourself some guidelines of where your sunflowers are going to be. And then around the bottom. And then you want to arch this one a little bit. Okay? And then we're going to go across this side now. And we're going to come up here. And we're going to go right off the canvas. And then this one you kind of want to put arched because that's going to be flopping down too. Alright, so we made this one floppy. And we made this one floppy. Okay? And then once you have those guidelines in, then you can paint around them. Again, small, small, small amount of brown. The tiniest amount of brown you could possibly imagine on your brush. Kerplunk it in your yellow. Kerplunk it in some clean white. Alright, clean off the globs. Come back in and go around your lines to make your petals. Okay? Swoop, swoop, just like that. And if you can see through your petals, grab more white. So if you can see through your petals, just grab more white paint. Alright, so we're going to go around our petals just like this. Swoop and swoop on either side. Swoop and swoop. Swoop, 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 swoop. That's what we're doing. Swoops. Okay, we're going to come up here on that angled one and we're going to swoop that. So we're going to keep that little dip on the side of the petal here as we swoop around. Swoop and swoop and swoop, and that's what we're doing, people. We're making sunflowers. This is so much fun. Right? Let's add some brightness. Let's add some yellow to this, right, guys? Why not? All right, so I'm just using those lines I put in as guidelines, and then I'm going on either side of them with a swoop, swoop. And when you're going towards the center, just kind of do little smushes like this. When you're getting towards the brown part, okay? That's all you're doing. Yes. Yes, we're making sunflowers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Just like that. We're doing it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Just easy peasy lemon squeezy over here. You know what? And if you have to add an extra petal or something because you have too big of a space, then add an extra petal. It's all good. It's all good. Right? So I need an extra petal like right here. So I'm adding extra brown to mine because I want you guys to be able to see it, what I'm doing. So if you want the extra brown look, then by all means add it in. We're going to add the browns and the shading into these, so no worries there. Alright, so we're going to loop that one around, because that one's kind of falling forward. We're going to loop that around. And if you want to grab like a little, so I'm playing with the brown, the yellow, and the white. If you want to grab like a little extra, like a little tiny bit of red, like the smallest amount of red, you see that? That'll make more of an orangey color. I'll show you. So that'll make more of an orangey color like that. So if you like that, you can grab a little bit of red too. If you like the orangey color. Some people like the yellow color. Some people like the orangey color. It's all up to you. Like, I'll do the orangey one over here. See? So, if you grab the tiniest amount of red, you'll get these to look more golden or more orange. So, we're playing around with a lot of different colors. Alright, guys? But don't be scared. Don't be scared. Right? Wipe off your brush if it starts to get globby. So, what am I doing, right? I'm grabbing a little bit of brown. Smallest amount possible. I'm kerplunking yellow. I'm kerplunking my white. I'm grabbing the smallest touch of red. See that? The smallest touch of red I could possibly do. I'm going to do a little mash on the side here. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to use those lines that I made as my guidelines. Now, if I can see through my flowers, I'm going to grab more white. If you can see through your flowers, grab more white. And, you did your lines as guidelines. If you have to turn around and add an extra petal or something, do it. But all these colors on your brush is going to make all these amazing things happen that you're not even, like, trying to make happen. And that's the cool part. That is the cool part. Alrighty. So I need another petal right in here. So I'm going to throw an extra petal in there. Okay. And you're going to do this. So that is sunflower. Woohoo! That is sunflower number 1. We did it. Yes. So we're going to let that dry. We're going to add all this fun stuff into it later. All right, guys. I hope you're all out there. I think you're all super, super focused. Nobody's talking to me. Lisa's not even talking to me, and she always talks to me. Megna's not even talking to me, and you always talk to me. So I think you guys are just super, super focused, which is cool. That's fine. That's fine. Don't talk to me. Fine. Just keep doing all this work, and no one's talking, but that's okay. All right, guys. So I'll leave you with a minute on that flower. We're going to do the other one. We're going to put our stems in. We're going to do our shading, and we will have Americana or Canada or whatever country you're from. You want to show your pride. And we're going to have Lisaville because she's doing different colors. And I hope everybody's having a good time with this. That's all I hope. All right, guys. So definitely a different way of painting, but it's very satisfying and it totally works. Okay, so have you work on that. Have you work on that. Joy, you're just taking it all in? Well, I'm a lot to take in, sweetheart. Anybody ever tell you I'm a lot to take in? Right? The color blending is so much fun, Sophie. Absolutely. So you can have a lot of fun with that. A lot of people are afraid to use a lot of colors at once, but you just let the brush do the work for you, and it makes all these amazing little things happen. It really, really does. So everyone's zoning out. That's okay. Enjoy. Zone out, right? Have fun. Have fun. That's what this is all about. Having fun. All right, so we're going to go to our potato that's over here. All right, this guy on the side. All right, and again, I'm going to grab those colors like I showed you. Okay. The little bit of brown, the yellow, the white, the red. So all that good stuff. Right? But you want to make sure... you're wiping Big Boy off on the edge, because you don't want, like, if you have globs on him, you're going to get globs on your painting. So make sure you're wiping the edge of Big Boy off on your palette. This way you have a nice straight thin edge. All right, guys? So this flower has a petal coming up like this. Okay? Then this one is bending. This one is bending. Actually, I should have moved that line down a little bit. They're not all coming out of the same spot. So that one's bending. This one's bending. It has one going straight up. Then it has one coming off to the side here. This one's coming off. This one's going off. I just flung paint somewhere. Oh, Michelle, you ate? Oh, that's not fair. What'd you have to eat? You got to share with us what you had to eat. Okay, this one down here is bending in a little bit. All right, this one's coming out straight. This one's coming out straight. We have one here that's kind of bending up a bit. All right, so just put those lines in for guidelines for yourself. And then you can go back in with your colors and add the petal parts, all right? So... and like I said, if you can see through your petals, just add more white. That's all. All right, so everybody's probably starting to go rogue on this, just playing with their colors, and that's totally cool. I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. And I'm just going to go around these. The little swoop swoops around it, that's all. Just the little swoop swoops going around. That's all I'm doing. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I love how Magna has evolved over the last year as a painter, doing so many paint parties with you. She is fearless with her brush. I am being too careful and messing up everything in the process. Joy has stir fry. I know, Priya, you like to paint very controlled. So this is not, these sunflowers are not a controlled thing. They're more just of having fun with your colors and spreading them around and all that good stuff. And Joy had a feast to stir fry. I am so jelly right now. That is not fair. So you got to let it go, Priya. Take the claws out. Just have fun with it. It's paint. If you mess it up, it'll dry and you can paint right over it. That's the fun thing. And Magna's amazing. You know what I say about Magna. And she always tells me not to say it. So I'm not going to say it. But you know what I always say. So everybody who doesn't know who Magna is, she's been painting with me, like I said before, from the beginning. And Magna just had her birthday. Oh, Michelle having that evil Mickey D's. Oh, if I eat that, my stomach is like not happy. Oh, Lisa, I know that you, that's right, Magna. You're not going to take my job. Magna's totally going to take my job, but she says she's not. It's nice. Joy, I didn't understand what you wrote. It is nicer when it is done country style. Maybe that's what you meant to write. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The country style is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting into it. I'm definitely getting into it. Freestyle. Yes, freestyle. Yes. So, yep. I have a few people on here that are very controlled painters. Priya is definitely one of them. And Lisa is another one. Lisa always winds up watching the replay because she likes to go careful and slow. And I'm more of a slap happy type painter. So I just slap it on there and see what happens. There's no wrong way or right way. It's however way you want to make it happen for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. I did a barn, Kim. I did a barn a long time ago. It was called Chicks on the Loose. And it was a big red barn. It had sunflower flowers against it. It had 3 little baby chicks running from it. It was a long time ago. And you know what I noticed you guys might be able to help me with? I noticed on my Facebook page for the videos when they're all on the list, they don't have the titles on them anymore. So if somebody can message me and check it out later and tell me, so we're going to go down to this sunflower now, can tell me about whether they can see the titles to my videos or not, that would be awesome. Because on my end, I can't see the titles anymore, and that is really bad. And I don't know what Facebook did. Yes, Kim, it is definitely in my videos. Like I said, Facebook might have hit a button and I can't see my titles anymore. I don't know why. But I hope on your end you guys can still see the titles. And it's called Chicks on the Loose. Alright, so we're going down to this one right down here. Alright, again, just grabbing my whites, my yellows, my browns, my little bit of red. So everyone's palette should be looking as messy as mine by now. See, nice big mess going on. And this one, this is flopping over. This is flopping over. This one's flopping over. This one's flopping. Lots of floppies on this one. Floppy, floppy. Right, those are coming straight out. This one's kind of going that way, off the canvas. This one's kind of up. And we'll add another one there. So, that kind of looks like a centipede or something, doesn't it? Alright, and then you just fill it in. That's all you need to do. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And like I said, if you could see through it, just add more white. If you can see through it, just add more white. And just follow those lines as guidelines for yourself. That's all. That's all you need to do. And watch out for those globs on your brush. Like I said, you know, we're having all this fun with all the colors being in the brush, but if your brush is globby, this is going to be globby. I could put barn back on my list, though. It was so long since I did that one, and it's kind of just the side of, it's like the one side of the barn. So I could actually put that back on my list of paintings you guys want to see and like do another one. Do one that's like focused around the barn. Because that had a lot of different stuff going on with it. Oh, I definitely had too much red on that. Definitely too much red there, Eve. But no worries. No stressing. Just going to grab some more yellow and soften that up. That's all. Make some of the other leaves that color. There we go. That'll work too. See? See what happens? See, Priya? So I messed up, but I'll just make the rest of my petals a little bit more on the red side. It's all good. It is all good. So, if you guys can't see the titles, if you press on the link, you can turn around and if you tap it once, the title comes up. So, oh no, Mary, they are all untitled. Oh, shoot. Okay, Mary. Well, if you guys go on the videos tab and see the whole list of videos, if you tap on the video to play and then give it a tap, it will say the title there. Okay, so thank you so much, Mary. That was amazing of you to look that up. You're so awesome. I love my fam. You guys are amazing. I'm telling you, absolutely amazing. All right, so we have our first coat of our sunflower. So let's put our stems in, and then we can go back and finish those up, and we'll be all set. Yes, thank you so much for looking that up for me. You're awesome. That would have took me forever, and I don't know how to get the titles back onto my videos. I don't know what Facebook did there. No idea. Oh, okay, Michelle. So, if you want to deal with making your shape better, I did a how-to of 3D shapes. So all in the how-to of 3D shapes, I show you how to draw them and highlight them and shade them. So that might actually help you with your barn more than looking at a barn painting. Thank you so much, Mary. Yeah, like we said earlier, we've been doing this for a while. All right, you guys have me chatting and we're not painting and we're going to be here till midnight. Thank you so much for that, Mary. All right, so we're going to swirl tap that big boy. Right? I tell everybody you're not talking to me. And then you start talking to me, and then I'm like, we're talking too much. Telling you, I'm special. I really am. Yeah, so that's already, it's how to 3D objects. So just, like I said, if you go on the video list and if you hit play and you hit, you tap it once, it'll tell you the title, so you don't have to sit there through the whole video. But it was a how-to 3D, and I did that a couple of weeks ago. So that could help you with your shapes. Okay, so we're going to swirl tap that big boy. And we're going to grab a yellow and a blue and a little bit of white. So we're going to grab, I have some blue sitting hanging out right there. So I'm going to grab my blue. And I'm going to squirt yellow in there because I don't want to mess up my yellow, red, brown thing going on over here. So I'm going to squirt some yellow in there just to make a whole separate section of the greens going on. So I gave myself a new yellow smush there. And I'm going to mix that together to get a nice green. And then I'm going to smush some white in there too, because I don't want to mess this up. So this is like my sunflower section of my palette. And now I'm going to make my greenery section of my palette. So I'm going to squirt a little white there too, because I don't want to mess any of that beautiful sunflower mess that my palette has ready for me. You know, so when you guys do your art and you're working on something, you know, leave your colors alone. Like if you're doing something and you have all that pretty mess, see, I call that beautiful because that is all my mess from doing my sunflower colors. And then I can go right back to that mess and not have it be different. And then I'm going to make a new mess for the greenery. All right, so I have blue, yellow, and white. Okay, and I'm going to grab a little bit of white, and I'm going to grab those greens. Yeah, and all the replays are free to watch, guys. So have fun, have at it, absolutely. So I have nice green on my brush, and so this top sunflower, okay, I'm going to pick a spot on my sunflower that's pointing up this way. And then I'm going to come in between those two, bring it up, swoop, and around, woo, and into my pot. Right? Up and around and into the pot. And then once you have that line drawn, you can make it thicker. Okay? And again, if you're seeing through your green paint, just add a little bit of white to it. Add a little bit of white to it. So I went up and around and into my pot. Whoop, just like that. Okay? Nothing hard there. We just swoop the stem. Oh yeah. And if you go over your line like I did, a little bit of spit, guys. I don't paint in the lines ever, right, Magna? Just doesn't happen for me. Alright. So, I'm just going to smush that up a little bit so it's not poopy right there. And we have that beautiful wrapped around stem, just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so the stem of this flower is coming right along the side of our flower pot and our birdhouse here. So it's actually going behind the birdhouse and then in front of the flower pot. So I want to start it like on this side, like between one of these petals. So I'm just going to start between the petal, pull my brush out, and I can press it nice and thick because these are thick stems. And then when I get to where my house is, I'm going to start at the end of the house so I don't wind up painting into my house if I can actually achieve that. Because sometimes I just wind up painting into the house. I'm going to do the little scribble. Nope, I went in my house. Well, I tried. What can I say? So what are we going to do there? We're just going to smush it out. Alright, so there's our other stem right there. Okay. Put that sucker in there. There we go. And again, with this white and this green and the yellow and the blue on my brush, it's just going to make all these fun things happen. Really is. It's just going to make all this awesome stuff happen. Okay. Now this guy, his stem is crossing over and disappearing back here. So I want to put him in between like these two petals. Okay, so I'm going to go in between those two petals and I'm just going to shoot right back behind my water pitcher there. Right back behind the water pitcher there. And sunflower stems are pretty thick, so we're not going to worry about it too much. And again, I went into my flower pot, so shoot. That's how I fix that. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to that so you guys can see. Alright, so this is where this stem went. Right there. Right there. Just like that. Alright, and then this one was here. And then this one swooped around like this. Awesome, right? So awesome. And now we put the leaves on. Okay, guys? So now you're just going to put the leaves. So I'm going to wipe off Big Boy because he's a globby mess. I'm not going to take the colors off of him. I just wiped them off to get them flat again. That's all I did. And I'm going to come over here to my stem colors now that I have all this prettiness going on. I'm going to grab my white and my blue and my yellow and my green. And I'm just going to put that all on my brush. So it's all a mess on my brush. See that? See that beautiful mess? I love it. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. Right? See that beautiful mess? Okay, and we're going to come up here, and we're just going to add our stems wherever we want to have them. So I'm going to put one, swoop, swoop, coming right off of there. All right, and just fill it in. Just fill it in. And I have another one that's covering over the top of the watering can right here. So if you messed any of this up, or am I going to cover it with a leaf? 6,000% you are. That's what you're going to do. So, mine actually came out pretty good, so I want to leave it showing a little bit. So I'm going to put that leaf coming right off of there. Look how pretty that is. I'm telling you, this is so awesome. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, I'm doing the dabbing thing. If you guys see, I'm doing the dabbing thing. All right, so we have that there. Okay, and we have this leaf here. Oh, you know what we forgot to put in? The handle. We forgot to put in the handle to the water pitcher. Joy, where were you? You're supposed to remind me to put the handle in. All right, I'll put the handle in a minute. We'll get the handle in. I totally forgot. All right, so down here off of this stem, right? I'm going to grab that lovely mess again like I did before. My white and my blue and my yellow and my greens. Get that beautifulness on my brush here. And we have a leaf coming up this way. Right? Fill it in. Just swooping those lines around and then filling them in. And we have a leaf coming out this way. So just filling it in. Just like that. That's what we're doing. Grabbing all those lovely colors. And then I'm dabbing again, guys. I'm just dabbing. That's all I'm doing. Doing those dabs. Making all that prettiness happen. Just grabbing some paint off of my palette and doing some dabs. Dabbing away. That's what we're doing. Okay, and then just cut your stem back in. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right? And then there was another leaf that was back in here. I don't want to do that one. That's my prerogative. I don't want to do that one. But then there was another leaf like coming off of this one right here. So I am going to actually sneak that right in here. So it's kind of hiding behind my petal. Okay, so I snuck that guy right in there. Okay, just like that. And again, you want to dab with your colors. So you want to grab those colors on your brush, make that beautiful mess, and you can go back into your stem and dab those colors into your stem. Okay, go back to your leaves. Dab those colors into your leaves. Once they dry, you can dab some more colors into them. So it's all about having fun and having all those different colors come out. And letting your brush do all the work. Yeah, it is on the side of the pen. Oh my, so, alright, you know what, guys? In my original, I had this thing right here. So I have no idea what that is. Alright, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, it's good. That's so weird. I told you I painted this eons ago, right guys? So look, I have the handle here, but then I have something right here. And I don't know what that is. But, okay, so we don't have to worry about it. That's cool. I don't know what that is in my original painting. I don't know what I was going for. That original painting has to be like 20 years old. Magna, that painting, and Aubrey, that painting is older than you. It's older than you. Okay, so since we're not worried about that, whatever that was at the time, I'm going to throw another leaf in here. No idea what that was. That's so weird. Yeah, so that painting is actually has to be older. It's definitely older than Aubrey and Magna. Yeah, I painted that. I'm talking at least 15, 20 years ago I painted that painting. So I don't know what I was going for with that extra little handle, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to throw another leaf in over here. Yeah, sweetie, it's older than you. Oh, Kim, you might be right. So I might have been doing the handle on the side and the handle on top. I got you. All right. So that makes sense. Okay, Joy. Yeah, so it'd be like the handle on top and then the, okay, that's what I was going for. All right, yeah, that didn't make any sense to me just now. Okay, so now we're going to go back in and you can wipe off Big Boy. Yeah, it looks cute with the side one, Joy. I think the side one looks cute. But then again, like I said, your world, so you guys paint it the way you want to. So we're going to wipe off Big Boy. Okay, so wipe off that globby mess that you just made with Big Boy. And give him a good swirl tap dab. Because we're going to go in and do the last little details in our petals. And then we can go back in and put some more dabs in our leaves because they'll be dry. And then we're going to be all done, guys. Look how amazing you are, right? Good job. I'm telling you, everybody's awesome. And I know this one's a little long, but we're almost done. We almost have it all set. So, got my list of people. You know what time it is? Roll call time. Yes. Magna and Priya. Love you guys so much. Kalpana is here. Joy is in the house. You are amazing. Michelle's amazing. Julia from Canada. Ellen is here. Lisa. Lisa's going to be watching the replay. I already knew that, girlfriend. Ginny's here with her granddaughter, Audrey. Kathy, Sophie. Jack said hello. Diana's here. Shadney's just watching. A few of our friends popped in to say hi. We had Emily and Jackie and Jamie and Tammy and WMac. They'll be back on the replay, so we'll give them a shout out. Alrighty, so we're doing amazing tonight. And again, guys, it's always free to watch. Gratuities is always appreciated. Art supplies are not free. Jackie's doing great. What's up, sweetheart? Awesome. Awesome. So glad you're doing great. So we'll just take a minute here. We're going to let all this stuff dry. I'm going to take another sip of Joe right here. We're going to take another sip of Joe. We're going to swirl our Big Boy around. So, you know what? I'm actually going to use the smaller brush for the details. So, everybody, we're going to be using, we didn't wind up using Fluffy tonight. I thought we might have had to do some of this stuff, but we don't have to. So, we didn't wind up using Fluffy tonight. So, we're actually going to bring out either Tiny or Mini Me. I'm going to use Mini Me. I like the squared off edge, but you guys can use Tiny too. You guys can use Tiny too. So I'm going to grab Mini Me. Alright. So the first things. Yeah, Joy, that's probably not necessary when it comes to me. But I like the idea. Very cool. So, it's Friday night. We're partying. All right. So, what's going to help the lines of your birdhouse is you want to take your smaller brush. Like I said, I'm grabbing Mini Me, but you guys can grab Tiny if you want. And I'm going to grab some of that brown paint. And I'm going to go down the two sides of my canvas right here. Okay, so And I'm just going to dab that in. See that? I'm just going like this. I'm not doing one solid stroke. So I'm just putting the edge on my birdhouse here. And you can also use this if you kind of muck that line up when you did the brown back, when you did the brown on the table or whatever this is sitting on. So if you muck that line up, you can go in and fix it with the smaller brush here. Okay? So I'm going to put that down the one side. And if you notice, I'm holding it like a pencil. Yes, Magna had Rainbow Tiger. That was, you challenged me, girl. You definitely challenged me, but I love it. I like it a lot. So I'm holding this like a pencil. I'm putting it right on my canvas here. And then I'm just going to dab down. Just doing little dab motions. It's all I'm doing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. You guys got this. So I'm just doing little dab motions. And if you want to use this brown and make that perch that somebody suggested before, you guys can do that. You can put a little perch on your birdhouse if you want to. Like I said, if you need to fix any of these lines from your background before, you can fix those too. Yes, Kim. So Kim's brand new at painting, Magnus. So what would you suggest for her to try? I would definitely suggest daisies in a jar. Daisies in a jar is pretty straightforward. And that was a lot of fun. That was definitely a lot of fun. And I would suggest, so now that I have this brown paint on my brush, on my smaller brush, I'm going to come up into here, into the daisy, right? And I'm going to grab some of that brown, and I'm going to grab a little tiny bit of black to make it a darker brown. Okay, so we have these dark colors, and we're just going in and we're going to do our details now. So around that edge where all of your petals met, I'm going to turn around and just put these sweeping strokes in. Okay, so I'm grabbing the brown and the black. Let me give you a close-up. Oh, that one was a good one too. The bicycle with the flowers, that was definitely a good one too. So I'll give you guys a close-up here. So I'm grabbing my brown and a little bit of black. And where all my petals meet, I'm just doing this sweeping motion like that to clean off those edges. And again, I'm just dabbing. Right? I'm just doing a dab. I'm going into the center a little bit. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy going on. Okay, so just doing these dabbing motions, and I'm adding the brown and the black together. Adding the brown and the black together. And just doing these dabbing. It's all dabbing, a little bit of paint. And adding this to my centers, my potatoes. Adding these lines to my potatoes. Just going around the outside edge here, where the petals would meet the flower. Yeah, the spring bicycle was really pretty. Okay, not a lot of paint on my brush at all. Just here, there, not everywhere. You want to grab some just of your brown paint and kind of dab with that around. You can do that. Say if your line came out a little too dark. Add some more texture, some more fun. So I'm literally just playing with that black and the brown color I made and adding all of these dabs into it. Night, Lisa. Thank you. See you soon, hon. Thank you so much for coming. Okay? And then I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to grab the yellow. I'm going to grab the yellow with that little bit of brown. It's just a little tiny bit yellow and a little bit of brown. So a lot of yellow and the smallest amount of brown possible. And I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to pick who's winning. So the petal that's winning is going to cause a shadow on the petal that's underneath. Okay? So this petal is underneath right here. So I'm going to put these dashes in because that's going to create a shadow. And if it's coming out too dark, just wipe your brush off and grab more of the yellow. Okay, so if it's coming out too dark, just wipe your brush off and grab more of the yellow. If you don't want to use the brown, you could do this with red too. So it's totally up to you how you want to put your shadows in. If you like the brown, use the brown. If you don't like the brown, use the red. The red will work too, but it's small amount of paint. Very small amount of paint. Not much paint at all. Lot of yellow and just a little bit of the other color. Bye, Shandy. Good night, sweetheart. Oh, so what's How To Tuesday? I didn't think about that yet. So on my list for How To Tuesday, I have what people want to see. I have animals. We have to do a birds too. I have eyes and lips. I have glass. I have sea creatures. I have cats. I have fences. What do you guys want to do? You tell me. What do you want to do? Doesn't really matter to me. If there's something new you want to see. So we got to do that. And we're all lined up as far as events for, so I'm just grabbing just yellow now and softening that out for myself. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the edge of the other petal that's on top, and I'm adding the yellow to that with my dirty brush just to make that pop more. Okay, so you can add these yellow colors in here. You can add any colors you want to. All right, and I'm just doing that smallest amount of brown in my brush and coloring in the petal that's on top. So I'm going to come back in and we're going to do all these petals this way. So if you want to turn around and you pick your winner and you use a lot of yellow and whatever color you want to do to make a little bit of dark. So Jackie wants a fence with spring flowers, so I can do that as a painting. Joy says she likes the sea creatures one. So Jackie, I can do that as a Friday one, actually. A fence with spring flowers, we can do that as a Friday thing. So that would be after St. Patty's Day. I have all the Fridays mapped out for St. Patty's Day. So I am just grabbing that brown and a lot of yellow. And I'm adding all of these. See, if you notice, I'm dabbing again, and I'm following the shape of the petal. And you want to pick the winner and the loser of the petals. Sea creatures would be nice. So this is the loser, so I'm going to put more dark down underneath there. And I am just dabbing these colors in because this is like, they're very rustic looking sunflowers. So we're just going to play. Oh, I got green somewhere. I don't know where I got the green from. So I'm just going to smush that out. Not really sure how green showed up. So I can do like a seahorse or something like that. Jackie, you like that idea? Okay, so I'll have to put that on my paint party ideas. A fence with spring flowers. I write everything down, guys, because you know me. I have the CRS going on here. So a fence with sunflowers, with flowers. Okay, I can definitely do that. And Joy is saying sea creatures. Oh, okay. You want to see birch trees again? I did cover birch trees in my How To Trees video. Alright, so I'll mishmash something together. So it's up to you guys if you want the browns or the reds or whatever you want to work with here. I'm working in that big messy pile of my palette again. And then the flowers that are winning, you want to add a little white to the paint. See that? So the flowers that are winning, the flowers that are on top, you want to just dab some white onto them. Because they're the petal that's on top. That's the petal that's on top. Okay, so you guys go, zone out. You're going to do all of your petals this way of all of your flowers. And I'm just using those globs of paint that are on my canvas here, that are on my palette. And whatever flower is losing will get the darker tones, and whatever petal is winning gets the lighter tones. Okay, so this petal is losing, so I'm going to put the darker tones against the edge here. And then he's winning on the other side. So he's losing there, but he's winning on the other side. So if he's winning on the other side, I have to grab that white and put it on this side. So I have to grab that white and put it in on this side because he's winning on this side. Right? So he's winning on that side and losing on the other. And then when you get to the middle, you just mishmash this all together. And add all this texture in here. So, it's a little time consuming. So, you can do it with your smaller brush if you like the effect of the smaller brush. That was a really good idea, Magna, too. So you can definitely outline your petals instead and just pick winners or losers. So that's the techniques with the smaller brush. And then you could do it with Big Boy, too. So if I scroll tap dab Big Boy, and grab my yellow and white, which I'm going to pour some more of. Alright, so if you guys, the ones that are like really want to get into this and really do all those tiny details, you would do that on all of your flowers. Okay, but if I want to be quick about it, you can outline them like Magna did, and you could turn around and grab yellow and white on Big Boy. Alright, and I can go in here and this petal is winning. So I can just swoop the side of him in like that. And then do the dabs throughout the petals. So you can do these with Big Boy too. So it's all up to you how detailed you want to get with your petals. I kind of like the Big Boy thing, but that's just me. You guys know I like to just slap paint around. So, and then the darker petal, I'm just going to grab some of the brown. Hi, Sue. Aw, thank you, sweetheart. Sue is from Boston, Massachusetts. There I go again with the accents. And you said you really enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for that, Sue. So, it's totally up to you guys. And then if I have a petal that's losing, I can just grab the browns with Big Boy or my reds and put those in and just do dabs with it. So, if you want to do it with the smaller brush, you can do it with the smaller brush. The whole point is, though, is just to pick a petal that's winning or losing. The losing petal will get all the browns. The winning petal gets the white. Okay? So, and you can just put little smushes on here since the paint is dry. So you can have fun doing your second coat on your petals. And this one I just grabbed some yellow and white and I smushed that in. And then this one, he's beating that guy. So I'm going to do the line right over him. Alright, put that in. And smush that in. And then this guy is under that one. So I'm going to grab my brown and put that in. So it's really up to you how you want to do these. I showed you how to do it with the smaller brush. Now I'm using the bigger brush. If you don't like the browns, you can do it with the reds. So it's really here nor there. And you just dab these colors in there. And then you can turn around and like do the winning petal with the yellows and the whites. So it's completely up to you. And if you have a petal that's winning on one side and losing on the other, then you just turn around and you blend it in the middle, which is just a matter of like zigzagging your colors together like this. Just zigzag like that to blend. Okay, so I put all the fun on this one that I'm going to put. Alright, so on the tip of his petal, I'm just going to put some colors in, and then I'm going to zigzag it into that part. And then for your potato, with that little bit of paint, see that little bit of paint? Or just every other one, you could do that way too, Kim. So there's lots of ways to do these. So you just go with whatever you're comfortable with, the smaller brush, the bigger brush. You know, however you feel comfortable doing this. And with that little bit of yellow paint on here, right in the center, I'm going to smush a highlight. So I just zigzagged. That's all I did. I just zag-a-zoom a highlight in the center. Okay, so that's how you want to do that. And you can turn around and throw some brown on your brush and re-get that edge if you need to. So a lot of this is playing with the colors, just like we did the first layer. Just like we did the first layer. Hi, Diane. Trying to understand, is there a right or wrong rhyme or reason on how to decide who's winning or losing? I'm having a great time. I love this painting. I'm going to have to catch up with the detailing. I love the style. You're a great instructor. Thank you so much, Diane. It could be every other one, Kim. You want to watch out from doing that, though, because, you know, then, it kind of looks like you're kind of cheating because you are just doing every other one. Let me show you on one that I didn't play with yet. So you can see how you kind of pick winners or losers. So let's go down to this one. All right. So if you're looking at this, you can kind of see, like, and your brush strokes can tell you too. So if you look right here, okay, you have three petals right here that are kind of hanging out. And it's really personal preference what you want to do. But if I'm looking at this, just looking at my brush strokes alone, I could see where this one is kind of already arching up over the other one. So I'm going to pick that one as the winner. So I'm going to grab my white and my yellow, and I'm going to swoop that winning line in there. And then I'm just going to dab. I'm just going to dab. Okay? And then with the loser, I'm going to grab that little bit of brown on my brush and put that in. So if you look at the flowers, you can kind of see where one... You're seeing it in reverse, Jackie. Yeah, so Kim asked me that same thing. So you're seeing everything in reverse. So I'm just going to put that brown in, and then doing dabs will give me the shadow. Okay, so you can see how the one, like just by your brush strokes alone, you can see how one is overlapping another. So, but it's really up to you how you want to do it. And like I said, this is very country bumpkin style, so you can just do these dabs and not have to worry about anything. Good night, Sophie. Thank you so much. Glad you had fun. So there is a place where you can post your finished work. So let me, I'll still play with this and take your questions, but let me close this party out because it was a long one. And I pretty much taught you everything you need to know to do the painting. It's just a matter of you doing the details on your own. So I just want to thank everybody for watching me tonight. And this is Eve's Creations Paint Party. And it's always free to watch. Tips and gratuities are appreciated. I'm going to post the link. I have Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. So that is there for you. And I really appreciate all your support. I definitely appreciate those who have sent me support before. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. And I just want to tell you all that you all warm my heart. I love that we're a big, happy family. And to... go create and have fun, okay? So good night to everybody that is going to log off now. And everybody that's watching the replay, if you ever have any questions, just message me. You're so welcome, Ginny. I hope Audrey had such a good time. So I just want to say good night to everybody that wants to log off. And you guys can do your details on your own. And I'll paint a little more with you right now to show you the petals and the different techniques, okay? So, but there's really not much more to show you. It's just me painting it. Okay, so we'll fill in our flowers with me painting it. And everybody that's going to say good night, guys. Thank you so much. Good night, good night. So, there you go. So we did it. We definitely did it. The country sunflowers. Yes, we did. Yes. So, Kim, as you're doing this, you know, you just want to see and kind of follow what your brush did before. You're so welcome. Yes, I hope Audrey had a great time. And then you can know where to put the highlighted petals compared to the other ones. And then some of them are overlapping on the one side, but then getting covered on the other side. You are so welcome, Ginny. I hope she had a great time. Okay, so it is completely up to you. So this one, if I look at my brush strokes, Kim, this one's overlapping that one. So he was overlapping him, but this one's overlapping this one. So what you want to do is, bam, you put in your highlighted line. Just like that. Right, with the white and the yellow. And then I'm going to grab my little bit of brown. And I'm going to go to this side and I'm just going to put in the brown on that side. And then I'm going to do dabs to soften that out. Because remember, he was winning on this side, but he's losing on that side. So it's all about winners and losers, and as you're playing, you can add more highlights and more shadows. It's completely up to you, and it's your flower. So, like I said, it's not always every other one. Sometimes you have one that is a winner on one side and the loser on the other. So you kind of highlight the one side, but then you put the shadow on the other side. You're so welcome. Good night. So he's going to be highlighted on this side because he's winning on that side. But he has a shadow on this side because he's losing. So I hope that makes sense to you. And if you watch my How to Flowers video, I definitely go into it more depth. Okay, awesome, Kim. Thank you so much. There's Joy. Thank you so much. Many more students tonight. Yes, Joy. And you are a great teacher. Thanks for being here. Aw, that was so sweet. Thank you, Joy. You all warmed my heart. And I'm glad that makes more sense to you now, Kim. So that's all you guys need to do as you're going around and finishing this up and adding all your country colors. And good night, Calpana. Thank you so much, sweetie. And don't forget to post your finished paintings in the event page so we can all check out everybody's amazingness. Don't forget to do that, guys. Totally 6,000% want to see them. Okay, so. And Priya and Magna, Priya, I hope that you had fun with this one and you kind of got a little more loosey-goosey about it. I can't wait to see them. So remember to post them. Awesome, Calpana. Totally. I want to totally see your work. Absolutely. So this one was a lot of fun. It was a little different. It was definitely a little different style than what I usually do. But we had a good time with it. So that's all that matters. It's all that matters. You are so welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I loved how everybody just kind of zoned out when we were painting the sunflowers. That was awesome. That was totally awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. This was great. I really had a great time tonight with everybody. Hi, Penny. That's okay, sweetheart. You can watch the replay. It's all good. It is all good. It's a very different style of painting tonight, but we all had fun with it, so that's a good thing. Very rustic country type painting we did. So, and if you have any questions watching the replay, just let me know, okay? Just let me know. So if you notice, Kim, I'm just dabbing and smushing and doing all this fun, happy stuff, and that's all you need to do when you're doing these. And don't overthink it. And just follow the different brush strokes, and you will get your shadows and your highlights in on your petals. Takes a little practice, but you'll get it. Hi, Penny. Bye, sweetheart. Enjoy the replay. And I'm just using the bigger brush because it's a little easier, but I'm doing the same exact thing I did on the other flower, except with the bigger brush. So I'm just playing around with those colors, and I put the dark around the petals to finish it off, and then I'm just going to zigzag in the yellow in the center to give it a bit of a pop. I see spam, I see thumbs ups. Who's the spamming me? Is that my favorite little spammer in the whole wide world? Alright, so now we're down to our last sunflower. So, put this all in. So we're going to put all this in. And this sunflower wants to be red for some reason. I don't know where the red's coming from, but it's just coming into this sunflower. So I'm going to let it do what it wants. Not really sure where it's coming from, but we're going to roll with it. Yes, we are. So I am just putting in the edging and dabbing all these extra pretty colors on there. And then I'm going to make this one win. So swoop. I'm going to swoop that right over it. Swoop that right over it. And then grab some white and yellow and swoop right there. See? And now he's the winner. He is the winner. Just like that. Just by the stroke of the brush. You can pick your winners and your losers. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I can put my highlight in my center. And then I can turn around and do this one a little dark. Right there. So the whole key is just have fun with it and play around and add your darks and your lights. And you know, you just kind of smush them together in the centers of the petals, that's all. Just kind of smush them together. And he's going to be beating the other petal. So swoop, just like that. Adding the white and yellow. We're going to make him beat the other petal. And then in the center, I'm just going to smush, smush, smush with some dabs. That's all. And then I'm going to fix his side, because that side's is all by himself. It's not even in next to a petal. So we're going to make that side nice and bright. Okay, and then over here, just going to put that in. So you're really just playing around with your colors. This is all yellow, white, and a little bit of brown that I'm doing this with. If you want to do it with the red instead of the brown, you can totally do it with the red instead. It all depends what look you're going for. It's all that matters. So under here, he's being overlapped right under there. So I'm going to grab that little bit of brown and I'm going to darken this out right there, because that's being overlapped. And then I'm going to add this other side to him and just play around like that. So we're just having fun playing around with browns and yellows and whites, and finish this all up to make it all the shadows and highlights on everything, picking your winners and your losers on your flowers, and just having fun with it. That's the whole point. You just want to have fun with it. And you just go into a nice happy little zone, and you can get it all to come together for you. So sometimes I put all the darks in first. So sometimes I'll do all the darks first, and then I'll come in, I'll wipe my brush off, and then grab the lights, and then I'll come in and do all the lighter parts. And I'll do it that way. So we just do it. So it's all up to you. It's really personal preference. I mean, if you're having trouble when they meet in the center, you can take your finger and just smush it back and forth into each other. You can do it that way too. So if you're having trouble with blending the colors, you can totally do it that way. You just take your finger and you smush. So that works to smush all your colors together to get them to blend. So you can do that smush technique if you want to, if you're having trouble doing it with the brush. So I just put that on, and then I take my finger and I go between the two colors and I just smush it. And you can get them to blend that way too. And that totally works with the country feel of this, because it makes it very like not have a lot of paint on there. So that's another little thing you could do instead. You know, it doesn't all have to be with the paintbrush. You can do smushes with your finger. It's all good. The finger works. Right? Why get all crazy? So you can put it on and then just smush it around with your finger, and that'll blend it in too. So lots of different ways to do this. Lots and lots of different ways, and lots of different ways to get your sunflowers to look pretty. All these fun little things to do. And that is how you're going to finish up doing your painting. So, I hope everybody enjoyed. I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any other questions for me, now is the time to ask them. So, because I'm only going to be on for a few more, like one more minute. And when you're done with this painting, I hope everybody's palette looks as messy and beautiful as mine, and their paper towels. Okay? Awesome, Kim. So I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, just ask me. Just have fun with it. You'll get there. You will definitely get there. That is for sure. And there's the butters again. I guess it's time to... He's saying goodnight to everybody, too. Aw, thank you so much, Kim. Not a problem at all. I don't have a problem. Ask away. I'll try to answer your questions as much as possible. So thank you so much for that. And I keep putting my finger in front of the camera. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening and all warm my heart. And I want you to go create and have fun, okay? Mwah. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much.